Hey, what's going on guys? John here, and today I'm actually going to be doing a video review for the Alpine S-S65 6.5-inch speakers. So in this video, what I'm going to do is just kind of walk you through what actually comes here in the box. We're going to do a demo of the speakers, and then I'm actually going to show you my setup and how I'm using these and the speakers that I'm replacing. So these are actually 80 watts RMS power up to 240 watts peak power. It does come in a pair. So pretty common if you're going to be installing these for most of you, most likely in say like a car door. This is a common size. This is actually one of the speakers already taken out. It does come with this piece here you can use for mounting. So this basically will allow you to mount this. This goes on the underside. So essentially the speaker would sit like this, and you're able to bring this bracket up here for mounting purposes. In my particular case, I'm not actually going to be using the mounting brackets. You do also get some speaker wire here that they provide to you. So this is basically here along with some screws as needed. And then you've got a little bit of speaker wire there for connecting everything. So pretty straightforward. It does have a card that includes just kind of letting you know some things to be aware of. Obviously not overdriving your amplifier, making sure your gain controls are set, the speaker is properly rated for the amp, all that good stuff. So obviously if you don't do any of this, you could end up with burned or damaged coils, and it would void the warranty on the speaker. Now what I'm actually doing is I'm installing these in a custom arcade cabinet. Now originally when I got this arcade cabinet, it came with these same 6.5-inch speakers. These are Boss Chaos CH6520s. These are fairly, you know, decent for what they are, but I really wanted to upgrade my entire sound system. So, you know, in terms of cost comparison, these are probably about 3 times less in terms of comparison to the Alpines. So these are going to be a huge upgrade most likely. Now I just have 2 of them, so I was able to utilize the existing Boss grill. I could eventually go get a different grill if I want, but for now I just kept the same one. So basically I just used the existing grills, took this out, and I already had speaker wire running through the back here. So you have your smaller connection and then your larger connection. And as you can see, I still have one of the Boss speakers installed here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to install the other speaker, the other Alpine speaker, take this Boss one out. We're going to boot up the arcade, and I'll boot up a game such as like Mortal Kombat or something, and we can do a little bit of a demo, maybe do something else like Killer Instinct. I don't have these being powered by a super powerful amp. It's basically a little mini Kintar amp that I have mounted down here. So this thing isn't like super powerhouse in terms of what this is going to be putting out, but I will be upgrading that in the future. But we can at least do a demo just so you can hear what the sound is like with a basic amplifier, just to get a basic idea here of what to expect. So let me finish the installation. We'll cut over with this thing booted up, and I'll show you what it sounds like. Alright, so I've gone ahead and installed both speakers. Again, I used the existing grills that I already had because I figure why not, and they're really not all that visible anyway. But again, with these speakers, you will need to get your own grills if you don't have them already. In most cases, if you're putting this, say, in like a car, most likely the car door or the existing grills could be utilized, unless of course you want to utilize your own grills, but in most cases you're probably not going to need them just based on what you've already got. In this case, again, I just used the existing ones. Here you can see I've got MAME pulled up, so this is just like your classic arcade games, and I figured we'd pull up something classic like Mortal Kombat. So if I turn up the volume here, you get some idea of how this sounds. That's roughly almost max volume. So yeah, they sound pretty good. I mean, again, this is obviously a demo, something that's a little bit older. I'm not doing music or anything like that, but overall they sound pretty good. I do have to troubleshoot an issue I think that's going on with these, which I think could be coming from the amplifier. The speaker wire might just be a little bit tied up. It's causing a little bit of distortion, but overall, I highly recommend if you're going to go with these speakers, definitely make sure you have a good amplifier that drives it. This one that I have in here now has basic treble and bass settings, but it doesn't even have a sub output. So I'm going to be upgrading this to a larger amplifier with a subwoofer output. I'm going to add a subwoofer that will sit inside my actual arcade, or maybe over on the side or something. And then that way, this is really going to be just a powerhouse. You're going to have amazing sound while playing arcade games, at the same time having the bass coming from the subwoofer, and this is just going to be a perfect combo. So again, overall pretty satisfied with these speakers. You just have to make sure you have the right amplifier with them to really make the most out of them. Anyway, thanks for checking out my video review. Hopefully you found it helpful, and I will talk to you later.